She's just an angel. Alright guys, so I feel like it's been a while. I've gone ahead and gave myself a little bit of a fill. I am actually wearing some apart. She's so cute. Hey, you're just so cute and so precious. I had some apres tips on, some cover tips, and something that I feel like I've gotten a little bit better at is giving myself a fill even when I'm wearing cover tips. I just felt like I was going through a lot of cover tips weekly. Why can't I just treat my cover tips in the same way as I would like an acrylic or even builder gel? Do you know what I'm saying? If like your cover tips are still pretty fresh, why couldn't you just slap a coat of builder gel over top and then go about your business? I have a thing about filing off all of this that it just like me da hueva, you know? I basically follow a typical nail prep situation as a nail enthusiast, mind you. I'm not a professional. But once I removed the last design that I had on my hands, on my nails, I went ahead and smoothed a lot of the bumpiness down with a buffer. I added my dehydrator as well as primer, and then I went over that with a slip coat of builder gel and then added the little builder gel bead and then kind of worked it down the nail as you would. And then with a fine liner brush like this one, pull the product, depending on how hot it is in your workspace. Your gels will get a lot runnier because they get a little looser with heat, and so you do need to kind of like pull that product back toward the apex. It also helps a lot turning your hand over like this, because then the gel just kind of pulls toward the apex. Hopefully I explained that correctly. This is just some of the stuff that I've been learning as I'm doing my own nails at home. So yeah, that is what I did. Okay, so I want to do some type of dessert theme, but then I've also been toying around with clowns for some reason. So hear me out. I actually am not a huge fan of clowns. They are a little unnerving to look at, but there's something so like cool about them. Yeah, and then I also look at the background. Like this kind of looks a little clownish. Not clownish, but like magical kind of thing. I don't know. So I've been practicing a little bit with clays. Don't laugh, okay? This is a safe space. This is what I came up with last night. I was watching my girl Nicole Raffi, and she was reading the book It Ends With Us by, was it Colleen something or other? I don't know, one of those very popular books. It was a great time. But while I was listening to that, I was creating this little guy that I thought was like kind of cute, kind of creepy. I don't know, I'm kind of into it. I didn't really like the body. You can see this little guy is like misshapen. He's not I couldn't visualize the body very much. And what I should have done was go on Pinterest or something or Googled a picture of a clown, but I didn't. I was just kind of like freestyling. I love the head. I love the little guy's face. It's so cute. And his hair is actually glow in the dark. I got some glow in the dark 3D gel and it's super cool. So what he's supposed to be doing is like blowing up a little balloon animal that also glows in the dark. You can't see the shape that well. I don't know. I gotta practice a little bit more, but why don't I do some little clown faces, some clown heads? Why don't I do that? Let's do that. Oh, I did see this set from Dapper Acrylics and it's so cute. Look at it. The balloons, get the heck out of here. And the meringue, like the frosting, I want to do that so bad. There's a product available from Lee, and they're these little meringue gels that look absolutely fun to play with, but that's what we're gonna go for. So my charm is actually a part of a press-on set that I did for myself. It's super cute. Look at it. Look at the clouds. Stop. These were also super fun to make. It's a lot of glitter encapsulating, just practicing that a bit as well. But yeah, what do you think? I kind of want to work with something like this, okay? Will I incorporate the meringue or like the frosting? Why not? Could I do it without those meringue gels? We're gonna see. I have a couple of things that I can use that I feel like can give the vibe of meringue. In terms of the palette, should I keep it at blue and white or should I change it up a little bit because I just did my blue Y2K nails the other day and I feel like it's a lot of blue. What if I do red? I haven't done red in a minute. Red and nude. All right, I think I got it.
A few moments later.
All right, so I did take a little bit of time to whip up a quick sketch of the design. This basically just helps me stay on track with what it is that I am gonna do. So what I like to use is Canva actually, because it's A, free, and B, super duper easy to use. It also is awesome when it comes to giving you these elements of things. You know, these are some of like my recently used things. I also use this to make my thumbnails, by the way, so you'll see some of those images on there, but this is also really great for sketching your nails. So here's the plan. Of course I'm gonna have a spiral nail because I just love making my life even more complicated. Spirals are easy, but they are just very time consuming. So that's the only downside to them, but they look so freaking cool. I'm also going to be encapsulating some glitters, some glitter stars to be specific. For the middle nail, I think that's gonna be my charm nail, and that is going to be the clown face, the clown head, and it won't look like this. I basically just typed in clown face or something. That is what I ended up putting on the sketch. And I'm also going to be doing some clouds, and then I am choosing to do two Frenchies. I did put on here these meringue images, but just so that like I remember that I'm trying to do the meringue, but it's probably going to be a red frosting, red meringue. Hopefully that comes out okay. As I said, I don't have those gels from Lee, which I know would be super helpful in this situation, but we're gonna make it work. The pinky is gonna look very similar to the index finger, so on and so forth. I think you get me, right? You get me. All right, so let's get to work. All right, so I pulled out a couple of things. I'm gonna be using this red from Yogurt Gel that is in this color if you are interested, but it's pretty much like a true red, I would say. Also, so sorry about this light. I know it's really annoying, but it's like what is helping me light my hands evenly just so that you're able to see what I'm doing. I'm gonna go ahead and add my base colors and do the French tips and then take it from there. Guess what? I have a pinched nerve. Send help. This is actually day 2 of having a pinched nerve in my neck. I'm being so careful with how I move. I'm looking rough. I'm looking greasy because I can't even bend over to wash my face because my neck feels like it's going to snap. My nails right now are just halfway done. I actually did try filming last night. I had a bunch of charms that I ordered from Temu. Why did I say that weird? Temu. I had a bunch of charms that I ordered from Temu and I was trying to organize them in a way that I could also show you my charms that are already in my collection. Girl, I was in such a bad headspace and my back just started hurting so freaking much from being in a sitting position. I just ended up, it's not a flattering angle. I just ended up putting a pause on recording, and hi baby, what's up? So I tried to film it, did not go well. Girl. So anyways, yeah, I don't know what this video is gonna look like. I'm gonna try to film again later tonight. Hopefully I'll feel a little bit better by then. That's what I get for doing a little too much. Excuse me. I'm just being cute. Let me kiss. She's so cute. My little tuna breath. I love you. As you can see, I'm being taken care of really well. My sweet girl. You know when you get on those like cleaning modes and you just... I knew I was pushing it. I knew I was doing too much. And I was just like going at it. I was on a roll. The whole house is going to be so clean and it's going to be so comfy to just like have my coffee in the morning and be able to, yeah, you know, I was like envisioning all the possibilities. I guess just like overexerting myself. That night, I was just in so much pain. I was in tears. This is just a little break in between the video. Hopefully you don't mind me complaining. I know nobody really pays that much attention, I don't think, my posting schedule, but I pay attention to it. And I just feel terrible whenever I'm not able to meet the deadline, like my own deadline to post. But I just wanted to also give an explanation as to why this video might be super duper late in the week and not on Monday as planned. So see you in a little bit. I dropped the face cam and we're just gonna focus on the nails. I'm gonna try to not be on here for too long. Honestly, I'll probably just work on my left hand and then not have anything on my right. As you probably saw, I had some difficulty with my mixture with the Embo powder that I was using. I poured some of this Embo powder onto red gel paint, and not only did it not give me that meringue texture, but it also was kind of crackly. I don't know if that is the right term to use here, but when I applied it, cured it, and wiped off what I thought would be a sticky layer, what ended up happening was that the paint actually lifted. I'm gonna try something else for the meringue texture. I'm just gonna take some of the Makartt glue gel. I'm gonna take a little bit. Let me just try it. Oh, okay. Before I start, I'm going to apply a little bit of this Model 1's nail primer onto the French tip. Hopefully this will create kind of like a sticky layer for the glue gel to properly adhere. So I'm going to take my silicone tool and I'm just going to press that gel as evenly as I possibly can. And now with the cone silicone tool, I'm just gonna push the product around a little bit to create kind of like, I don't know, like spatula marks. I've been watching C's tutorials. That's this young lady right here, and she actually just did a draw my nails video. She was trying to create kind of like waves. She was using this method of gel application, solid gel application. What am I saying? But anyway, she was using this method to create kind of like ripple effects. And I do have to say this is really, really hard. It's not really doing what I want it to do. Can't get it to look right. Well, this is kind of looking like something. Oh wait, this kind of looks like it. Okay, I'm not gonna mess with it too much more than this. Dude, this is pretty much what I was kind of envisioning. I did it. Okay, so this tool definitely is the right one for the job. Note taken. Cool, cool, cool. So I'm going to cure this guy and I'm going to add the other gel onto here as well, the frosting on the ring finger as well. So going back in with the primer, again, just to form that sticky surface so that the gel can properly adhere to my nail. Patting down the gel to make it as even-ish as possible. And then once it's at a good height, I would say, I then go ahead and create those ripple type of, I don't think that's the right word, ripple, but I just make that texture. Then I went ahead and added the same yogurt gel polish that I used from earlier because I did want the frosting to look red. And then filling in any tiny details with a liner brush. I gave it a full cure, and that was that for that. Next, I'm taking my white clay and I'm gonna use it to create the clouds. I like to scope out a long noodle and then I create little balls. I don't know what else to call them. I make little balls with them, and then going back in with the primer for the sticky surface, I then start to apply the balls. I like using this method mainly because it makes the clouds look super fluffy and textured, and I just love that. Just makes it look a lot more interesting to look at, in my opinion. So just flash cure those suckers, and then I started to roll out a bigger ball in the center, and that is going to be my clown head. And apparently I really liked this silicone tool for most, if not all, of the sculpting that I did. I do like these in particular because they do come with dotting tools at the opposite end, so that's always nice. So I created a couple of dents in the ball so that I could place my black little beads also made of clay. But yeah, those are gonna be the eyes, and then did the same thing for the nose. And now here I'm taking the 3D gel. This is the glow in the dark gel that I was talking about earlier that I used on my practice nail. Yeah, I do like that method of rolling out a long noodle and then trying my best to create equal cuts of just little pieces of the gel. This gives me a better idea as to how much gel to use per ball, if that makes any sense. Then I grabbed some of the yellow clay. This clay set, by the way, is something that I purchased from Temu. So again, Temu is not that bad, in my opinion, when it comes to nail supplies. I know a lot of the time they don't include like curing times in their products, but just making sure that you give everything a full cure of at least for 60 seconds. So yeah. And then I made this spiral situation. I didn't end up doing the other type of spiral that I had initially thought I was going to do because that other one takes a lot longer, even though you saw me make this spiral like a million times, and I ended up with something that was a little off center. It's all right with me though, totally fine. I kind of was okay with it being off center because I think it looked a lot more whimsical.
And then I applied some of these little Orbeez, also from Temu. They're super pretty. They're like these iridescent little balls. They're not like the flatbacks. They're round all over. That's pretty much it. I also made myself a little balloon animal on the ring finger. Wasn't totally in love with it. That's why I didn't show too much of it, but it is what it is. But anyways, I do hope that you enjoyed this video. Hope you enjoyed hanging out with me. Don't forget to subscribe if you want to hang out with me in the future. I would love to have you. Give this video a like, hit that notification bell, all that good stuff, and I will see you in the next one. Bye.